Well, my talk or presentation will be easier because the other two that preceded me, they give the background. First, it was our president, Seppo. Why am I calling him a president? Because he has been and he is, up to now, the president of the Finnish Namibian Society. That is the society that has about 700 people, and it's a society that represented Namibia in the absence of the Namibian government or an embassy here. When we have problems during the struggle, we had the students who were also studying here. They were under his leadership. We have, first of all, to thank the organizer of this meeting for inviting me. Apparently, this meeting always takes place every year. I'm over 3 years now here, since I came to open the Namibian embassy. But I'm pleased to come and also be part of these discussions over Namibia, your country. I do not want to go into the details of the history, but of course, Namibia was under German colony when the missionaries were also there. You have heard about that. Yeah. The colonial Germany was only overtaken by South Africa after the Second World War. The role of the missionaries was very important. It was also in detail stated. The missionaries came with clear mission to spread the gospel, and they concentrated on that. I was also a beneficiary to that. My grandfather was one of the, if not first, second priest trained by the missionaries, Sem Kaukungwa. Of course, his father was a preacher also, trained by missionaries, and he was also a traditional leader, to which I have taken over also in that leadership. My grandmother, Rebecca Kokungwa, she knew how to, I saw her singing and reading the Bible, the hymns. Who taught her? It was the Finnish, not the Germans. German can't speak our languages, ordinary, local language, but the Finnish, like Kaliakovsky, he could speak my language easily. And they were able to penetrate, unlike many other colonialists, as he said, because they're humble. They didn't ignore the culture. They went into culture. They went into tradition. They didn't disturb the way of life. Instead, they were helping. We appreciated on that because I think most first medicine they received from a white person was from the missionaries. They even put up schools. There were schools at various places, which were also run by, some of them by Finnish missionaries and some other missionaries also, like Odibo and other areas. These missionaries, while they are working within the community, of course, and teaching the people the Bible and also hymns in their own language. Just imagine, somebody from Europe came and studied your language, start writing the hymns, start writing the Bible in your own language and teach you. That's a fundamental hard work. And this also helped most of our leaders, including the first president. He also studied in a missionary school. The others, Helmani Atoivo, who was in Robben Island. Toivo ya Toivo, Herman. He was also from Robben Island, but he was one of the leaders. Dr. Nicky Yambo, he was our vice president recently. He also studied in Finland, actually. He was one of the, he's not the first student here, maybe from Namibia. He was the first student here. He's very fluent in Finnish. He also studied here. And many others. So this is the result. Not that they were taught politics, they were just taught how the world is. And from there, they start opening their eyes. And some of them started now joining politics, demanding. Of course, they can see oppression, how it's going on. These are the pioneers until we came in. I joined them also. I'm over 60, I'm older than you. I just saw your age here. Yeah, I'm 61 this year. But I joined them in 1974. I was just 17 years old when I joined the liberation struggle. To liberate my country, first of all, everybody wants to be free. We were just demanding our freedom, and we were bombed for that. We were not even thinking about democracy because we didn't know about anything about democracy. We just want to rule ourselves like any others. Of course, the first independent African country is Ghana. That gave us some aspiration to say, oh, even we black can also rule ourselves. Then, of course, in the 60s, many countries got independence. Nigeria, Kenya, and so on. Even Zambia. And that's why the struggle for independence came in. But others were translating it as a terrorism organization. You are just terrorists who want, to cause chaotic. Therefore, some countries were denying us support. But the support from the Nordic, from the Scandinavian country, and of course also from other youth organizations from the Europe, they were supporting us. Here there were groups of, Mati Atisari was one of them, but he was a diplomat supporting us through because he was sent first to Dar es Salaam. And Dar es Salaam was the headquarters of most of the liberation movement from Zambia, not Zambia, but the liberation movement from Mozambique, Zimbabwe, Namibia, South Africa, and Angola. All of us had headquarters in the 60s. I was young then, I was not there. I came to Zambia later, because after Zambia got independent, from Dar es Salaam, when Zambia got independent, they came to Zambia. After Zambia got independence, they came to Angola. Angola is then Namibia. Of course, there was a civil war through in, but we appreciated the Finnish. Why? Because the Finnish youth by then, of course, maybe not all of them were in support, because some of them were doing business with the South Africans. This is an economic problem. That's why you see sometimes you Christians, you have to be faithful and truthful. If there is oppression and colonialism, don't compromise. That's why for us, we have a heart for the Palestine and Sarah Hawaii. We cannot compromise independence because we are oppressed ourselves for many years. I'm sorry to say this because it may offend other people, but this is a value that we carry, that we cannot allow other people to oppress others or to occupy other people. I don't mind what other people think, but my freedom is more important to me. So, we were in exile. The Finnish young people, they left their cities, these beautiful cities, to come and stay with us in the jungle. They help us to build schools there. They help us. This is shelters. They had a way to build these fabricated things. But mainly, they were trying to concentrate on women and children. Because the jungle, there are snakes, there are all type of dangers. And the men can be in the open jungle that we built ourselves. And they even brought in some machines for operating, because there are some people wounded, or even children who are just playing and fall, to operate, to give birth, the children, the women, in the dark, in the rain, in the jungle. That was the solidarity from the youth from Scandinavian country. Oh, I have 1 minute. So now we are independent, as a free and independent country. We realize that it was more easy to fight for independence than to rule and maintain this independence, because the people are requesting the service, and probably sometimes there are not enough resources. But it's a duty for our government to do, not in Namibia only, but the whole of Africa. The difficulty we have in Africa is 2 things, or maybe 3, or 4. Leadership is an issue, because if you happen to have some leaders who do not understand, because education plays a role. Secondly, you have to put yourself, what are you supposed to do as a leader? You have to have democracy, you have to have good governance, you have also to be able to know, like Namibia is a rich mineral resource, you have to use those minerals to develop the country, not to steal them or to be used by this international or whatever to exploit your country. Now we are joining the second independence struggle for economic independence. But thank you very much. Finland is with us, and we are with them, and we rely on Finland as our reliable partners. Finnish people, from that time we learned, they are very honest people. They don't talk too much, and the Finnish doesn't, I want to gossip about Finnish in your presence. They don't speak too much, they don't speak what they don't believe into. So when you enter into a discussion with the Finnish, know your facts and believe on what you are saying. And we thank you to be honest partners and to be reliable partners. I'm not saying come and take over, but guide us. We are with you. Thank you very much for your support.